Hey, what's up everybody? It's Monday, September 21st. I just sent out the new issue of MMT Trader. If you want to get a copy of that, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, and sign up for a 30-day free trial. All right, well, I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, I've been looking at those corporation income tax flows. They started to decelerate, then we went down year over year, and that was the signal. That told us about a slowdown in sales and profits. I had a lot of people on here saying, that's crap, that's bullshit, that's all a waste of time, that's junk. Really? This is the only way to do it. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're not looking at this stuff, if you don't understand this stuff, if you don't have a handle on what's happening with basic economic conditions, then you're just guessing. You're just guessing. So if you want to go that route, be my guest. But if you want to have an understanding, if you want to have insight, if you want to have a real ability to position for major moves that are based on actual economic fundamentals, this is it. I told you this was going to happen. This is happening. Everything comes from these fiscal flows. Everything comes from these fiscal flows. So what's interesting now, we got a lot of people talking about, or I see a lot of comments about, hey, we need more stimulus. We need more stimulus. I don't think we do. I'm not against it if it happens, and if it happens, that would just, I think, increase the inflation potential. But I don't think we do. There's a tremendous amount of fiscal support, really unprecedented right now. And what's interesting is that if you look at individual income tax flows, those are rising. All right, now think about this for a second. You have corporation income tax flows decelerating, but you have individual income tax flows rising. What does that tell you, or what should that tell you? It tells you that the fiscal support, the fiscal expansion is flowing into incomes, but people are sitting on that income. We could see it in bank deposits. We see it in these individual income tax flows. So something is causing individuals and firms to just kind of sit there right now. And I've mentioned a number of possible reasons for that. You have COVID, obviously. You have the election uncertainty. You had the fires out west, and I think some of them are still burning out there. You had a hurricane, 2 hurricanes in the Gulf. These are just a couple of things right now that could easily have affected confidence or people's desire or ability even to go out there and spend or invest. So this dichotomy that we're seeing in these flows, to me, that's very telling. It means that it's probably temporary. You're filling up the pool with all this income. And again, don't attack me. I know this is not equally distributed. I'm not the guy making policy. I'm just telling you what's going on. You have record amounts of income being pumped in as a result of the fiscal support, but it's not going anywhere. People are sitting on it in the form of savings. They're paying down debt. We see that too, or I see that too in the banking data, that loans and leases, credit card loans, commercial and industrial loans, the amounts outstanding have been coming down. How does that happen? There's only one way that could happen. People are paying down debt. So at some point, the confidence is going to come back. I can't say when. Maybe it was a function of these fires out west. Maybe we got to get through the election and see what happens. But you have, all this potential energy sitting there in the form of the fiscal support and the income. You need something to light a match. You need something to trigger it off. It's like having a big powder keg sitting there. You got to light the fuse. Somebody's got to come along with a match. So, that's got to happen. And until that happens, the key thing to look at right here are these corporation income tax flows, because that's telling you what's happening with sales and profits. And like I said in a past video, We won't even see these numbers until next month in October, right? In October, you're going to get the September data. Now, I'm telling you all this stuff way before. For all of you who said, this stuff's no good, Norman's an idiot, it's junk what he's doing, it's crap, it's not worth it. Let me tell you something. It's worth 10 times more than what I charge for it. It's a bargain. You get what you pay for. You're going to sign up for something for $29.95 a year or $29.95 a month. Good luck with something like that. Anyway, all this data in October is going to show exactly what I've been talking about here in September. We are ahead of the curve. I am ahead of the curve. Simply because the focus is on these flows and nobody else does this, nobody else even understands this. Some technical stuff in the, CFTC's Commitment of Trader report that came out on Friday. Dealers in S&P futures went short for the first time. They flipped their position to net short for the first time in 13 weeks. They went long in like mid to late June. They rode the market up and they just flipped net short. And they're usually pretty good in terms of timing wise and catching these moves. So that's something to pay attention to. Gold today, I put out a recommendation to buy below 1900. We dipped down below there. The market popped back up. Look. I've been telling you that producers have been lifting their sales of gold futures and silver futures. That was a bearish indicator. Not aggressive, not crazy, but they did come back in on the sell side for the first time in a while. After the last few weeks, they have been selling up at the higher levels, the higher ranges, the 1950 an ounce, 1970, 1960. So I anticipated this pullback, but the selling has not been aggressive. It's not been really that strong. Nothing compared to what we have seen from producers in prior years. So I figure we'll probably see them back in on the buy side after a dip down here on the 1900. What else? Oil producers. Now they've been short for something like 19 weeks, 18, 19 weeks. But they have whittled down that short position to a very, very small number now. So they've been buying on these dips, especially into the 39 handle on crude. Anyway, a lot more stuff in my report. As always, you're missing out if you don't understand this stuff. You're guessing if you don't understand this stuff. If you think you could go anywhere without this type of understanding, without knowing how the monetary system functions, without having mental game, then you're a fool. You're going nowhere. And you could delude yourself into thinking it's some system fairy that's going to take you to where you want to go, without any stress or any anxiety or any discomfort whatsoever. Good luck in finding that. But if you want to understand, if you want knowledge, if you want information, if you want mental training, it's all right here. All right, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com. Sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trade. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.